Hi everyone, I'm margourtarotreader, and today we're doing a personal reading for a client. As always, I want to give thanks to all of you for taking the time to watch. If there's anything that I can do in reference to your physical and or spiritual path for you or for your loved ones here in the earthly world or in the spiritual self, please contact me. Email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com or Facebook margourtarotreader, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Now, as always, prior to the recording, I call into the universe for my client's personal information because the personal information of my clients remain private at all times, whether it's a reading and or a ritual. Before we start, happy holidays to you, my client, love and light to you and to yours, and of course to all my viewers. Let's get started. Angels of the universe and the heavens, what is it that we need to know? Of course, within this energy, we are, I'm going to see as much as I can or is allowed to for your sake and for the people that you are asking today. We do know that you have every right to ask certain things and question certain actions of this other person. We do know that this is someone that you are married to, someone that was dishonest to you, and someone that left you and betrayed you. We do see all of those things in this reading in the very forefront. And because of all those things, it's why you have your guard up. I feel also because you have tried to move forward from letting this go, from stopping you from moving forward and living life to the fullest. There's still some residue, resentments over this. I do love the fact that you have tried to combat your own self, your own being, in order to find peace within yourself. You want to see the best in people, and because of that, you've tried to find the peace within yourself, the abundance within yourself. Okay, you have improved quite a lot. I can see that. With this Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising person in question, it tells me that you've been self-conflicted with the actions that you've done or helped this person. That you've been protecting yourself, if we want to say that, protecting yourself from getting hurt, from being used, from being betrayed, and going back to the same scenario that you've been with this person because of the dishonesty and the unclearness of this person. Okay, right. And of course, because of all the things that he has done in the past, all the negativities, bad communication, and you want to close that chapter with this person. Okay. And so what the universe is saying, that it is a karmic relationship that you've had to grow with this person, and therefore it recycles back. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to look and see here. I feel that this, as for now, is giving me more of your intuitiveness, of your feelings, of the past, present, and what are we looking at here in the future. So he knows that he was naive. He knows that he betrayed you. He thought that he was successful of a lot of things that he did in his life. But he sees the growth within you. He sees the maturity within you. And he cannot believe that you actually have done the things you've done, said the things you've done. Is he regretful? I do feel that he is. Not sure if he said to you, I will never do this again to you. I will never hurt you again. I feel that these are the words that are either literally have come out of his mouth or will. But these are the energies that are in his emotions at this time that we're doing the reading. If he could take everything back, he would. If he could take you back, believe it or not, he would. If you would give him that chance to self-grow again, he would. Okay, if he could just turn back the time, he would. So I'm not sure if he said that to you. There was a lot of things going on in the marriage, in the relationship back then. Now, this could speak of him using those things as an excuse, feeling conflicted within himself, the fact that he was lured into these relationships, or he had the ability to do so. Okay, so sometimes a person can say, I didn't mean to cheat, but it was there, it was for the taking. And I didn't think that I would, but I acted on it, uh every now and then we intend to believe those stories, and we intend to accept them and go on and continue with the relationship. And if we feel that it is the first time that they've done it, as fools, we take them back because of certain lie. We intend to blame the other third party for their actions. But in normality, when you forgive it once, they intend to do it again and again, whether it's a he or a she. It always happens. So he is, in the emotional sense, evaluating the facts of why he did certain things. He does take blame, but at the same time, he feels that it was on the free will. It was there. Like, I know it's foolish, but again, I am in his energy, and that's what it's what I'm leading to express. What his energy is expressing to me. Okay. At one point, I did feel that he blamed you for a lot of things that he did. That he felt that he can possess you, that he can control you, and so he felt the free will to do these things. Is something about the free will that keeps coming in here. So it's obvious that he was, uh, in that time of wanting to, and did everything that he wanted to, because he had the ability to do so. Okay. Right. He felt trapped, at one point within the relationship and or marriage. He felt unsatisfied. We can do the best. We can be the best spouse for our partners, and sometimes because we are all that, we're not enough for them. And by that I mean is that, we can be at their beck and call, but that it's probably what they are not needing. Maybe they're needing someone to be more stronger, more demanding, more controlling, more selfish, and probably more of a bitch. You know, it is what it is. It, we cannot accommodate, our other half in all aspects of their lives, and neither can they to us. And without a lack of communication, we definitely will fail on any in all relationships, right? And when someone is used to being toxic in relationships as he was, it is not as easy, to get rid of those bad habits. And just because you get married, or just because you have children on the way, just because you get pregnant, it does not make you stop those bad habits. Um, it takes a lot of time, and it takes discipline, and it takes, the willingness to be different than what it's been. Okay. So I can, with his situation, it was, yeah, I did, and I tried, and it just didn't work, and this and that. So I guess he's trying to give me the excuses that, you know, it wasn't as he expected being married. Okay. So partly, yes, he blames you for being away, for coming back and forth, feeling like he didn't have that support, that love, that emotion, that affection, that intimacy, whatever it was that he was wanting to, he didn't have it. So his energy is telling me this, okay? And a man has to have needs. It's what I hear. Most likely he said that in the beginning, or when all of this was going on in the relationship. Okay? Right. So we definitely feel it. If you would have continued to put up with it, he would have continued to be who he was until most likely something more drastic would have happened in his life, as it is now. So now that we see the overview of some of what the relationship was, um, let's get into. Let me see. I wanted to ask. Let me see if I get this answer. Now I'll do the other spread. Just the universe and the heavens. Okay, I don't want that, but if you come out, then I'll see it. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens. Okay. Well, they told me to go this way, so I'll go this way. Yeah, he was too into himself in the relationship in the beginning. Okay? Yeah, he was too into himself, living his life and doing what he wanted to, and of course, trying to hold his lies, his deceits, and whatnot is what I'm sensing here. So I was asking that because I'm gonna get to the other side of the other tarot, and let's get to the main reading, which is the now. So we kind of took a look in this spread, a little bit of what is or his thought in reference to the relationship that it was with you when you were together. I want to see the now. Thank you to the gods and to the heavens. Let us see and let us know. So I hear this energy say, yes, you were right. Everything you said, you were right. Everything you thought it would, it happened. Okay? I hear that energy say that. So let us see. Even without his emotional and physical support, you accomplish a lot of things in your life. So I am very proud of you for continuing to do so. But not just for yourself, but also for your child. And these are some of the things that he is recognizing as we are doing this reading. That without him being there, it's what he is observing now. What a grandeur of a woman you came about, you came to be, even after everything. Okay? See, and I don't mean to be negative when I'm about to say this, but what happens is that when you when you have a certain age and you date someone that is in a drastic age difference, it's a lot to not necessarily age, but compatibility, uh, the habits that one have. There's a lot that one needs to change. And if he seemed to be dating people that were younger than him, no one that was his age or older. And so, what do you expect if you are dating someone that is above 10 years older? They're not going to stay in the relationship, especially if they don't see the wealth growth that they wish to have. Because normally that's why someone that is younger reaches to someone that is older, looking to see how they can be maintained, looking to see how they can be taken care of, and see how far this person can satisfy them emotionally, physically, sexually, financially. And when someone is older, what are they looking? They're looking for a companion, someone to love, someone to stay with them. And someone that is younger, because it makes them feel younger and feel that like they can overlast and feel that they don't feel old themselves. And even though they know that there was someone younger using them for their money or whatever else, they still maintain that persona. But what happens is, when it comes to serious matters, that's when you get to know who is who and what are they about. So we see that in this aspect, these people just went the other way. um, it should make him see the reality of things. It should make him understand um, that it is time to grow up and it's time to acknowledge certain mistakes. He is acknowledging those things. He is noticing those things. Believe it or not, he is. And he knows that whether you have somebody or not, he knows these things because he knows that somebody else is in the picture between you and him. He knows this. Another man. He knows this. But if he could have that one chance to make it right with you, he would. He misses, he's recollecting a lot of the things that went down on his relationship. And he's trying to buy your affection and your attention. He has gratitude toward the things that you've done. It's the energy that I'm sensing from him. Okay. So I keep hearing his energy say, is it too late? You know, is it too late? Not sure if he's going to try to ask you to come back and give him a chance. There's a possibility for that he might say, I regret everything I've done. And is there a way that I can make it up to you? Is there a way that you could give me, if there were to be a chance, would you, mend things with me? I'm sensing that from his energy. So most likely he's going to be thinking of those things, okay? If not literally saying it. I do feel that he appreciates it in an emotional space what you have been for him lately, and that you didn't treat him or turn your back in the aspect that you did, because he never thought that you would have. He sees you not just motherly, but supportive, loving, nurturing, to your child, to your life, but to him as well. Okay. He's going to also realize that there was no love but the love that he had for you before. Okay. There was no other love in his life the way he loved you. Okay. So he's going to feel this regret where he thought that he was in love before, but those relationships did not satisfy him in the suspense and the thrill and the spiritual sense that you did or that you have. And because of the tokens that you've done for him lately, has opened his heart in a manner that he a little ashamed for his actions, but that he never thought that he could feel again. So believe it or not, he is feeling emotional toward your situation, toward you, and he's feeling that who he thought he loved was not that person. In other words, when I see this, when I hear this, what tells me is that, too late as it may be, though he wishes not to, that he's still in love with you. Okay? He still cares for you. And he is, let me see, Virgo. And as that energy, as a Virgo or very stand still, the only time they actually let their guard down and express is when they're down and out, when they're in need and desperate, is when their true emotions come out. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not discriminating any signs whatsoever. We all signs have our benefits and our dislikes as well. So, but some are harder than others. Talking about signs, the other people that he has been with that you know of, and I will say that you know of, let me see, Aquarius, Gemini. Those are signs that it's very, very specific for when it comes to his energy. And it tells me these are not the energies that are going to stay in his life, because they come and take what they want, when they want it, when they need it, and leave. So that could be, again, financially and or emotional or sexually or financially. But these are energy that they don't stay per se, because they're not there to stay in his life. According to what I'm seeing with their birthdays, their names, and so far, what tells me is those energies were not going to stay in his life at all. They were just going to come and go and grab and go. Um, and definitely there's a big significance of age between them as well. And so between the ages, between their signs, between their everything that I'm sensing, these are women that were not going to stay in his life. Okay. One wanted to commit and live with him. I'm not sure if he even lived with her at one point, but um, she was there because she wanted security for herself, maybe for him to buy her a house, and just kind of secure her earthly possessions with him. But he was he was he was too firm with her. He was too aggressive with her, and she went off with somebody else, somebody a lot younger than her, probably a water sign, you know. But we definitely see that whoever he thought that he could have a certain lifestyle with is gone out of his life too, or recently left, or will recently leave. Either way, it's gone. I don't see him with someone that is going to be stable in his life. I don't see a woman that can really settle down with him. This will be his karma, whether he likes it or not. This will be his payback. This will be his karma because he did wrong to someone that did not deserve to be mistreated, uh, and it just misplaced emotionally, physically, in all aspects the way he did with you. So because of that, his destiny is bound to be in resentment and probably continue friendship with you if you allow it. Most likely, he's going to need you again because I also see that he's going to have a relapse of some sort medically. If he has, let's say, for example, um, if he had a surgery that he had to redo again because of cancer, let's say, so we do see a relapse on that, and he will need your help again. Um, I feel like something that he had done before is relapsing again, and something that he had before is coming back again. So he really, really needs to be uh, cautious with his health from this point on forward. He is not uh, of an age that is old at all. Okay, but let me see here. No, not at all. 60, 50, no, not at all. So, and I'm saying that because I'm looking at the at my notebook there. Um, but due to cancer is what we see here. Okay, so I'm not sure if he got taken care of that cancer that he had, or is another something about the cancer that is happening here in his life again. Anyways, so we definitely see that his health is not going to be all the best that it needs to be. But because he's starting to see life in a different manner for now, um, I feel that that can also help him regenerate some energy that is more positive in his life. Do I see him living with somebody else? No. Um, and if that were to be the case, I don't see him to be happy either. Do I see anybody else coming in here? There is another woman in the life here who is not necessarily his type because she's older. And this woman's probably been divorced or widowed before. Um, Again, I don't see no true love out of his heart for any of these women. So any woman that will come in his life, he's not gonna uh, find that way to heal or to love the way he wanted to. So basically, he's gonna live his life for as long as he can, regretfully, of the way he is or was with you. Okay. Um. So, like, let's say, for example, if you say to this person, I forgive you and I wish you well. Um, it saddens him. He believes you, but he's not 100% can see that can conceive on that fact that you actually mean those things because he was cruel to you. And I feel that for him to believe something like that, it would be like, if you were to go back with him, literally, is what I'm sensing from his energy. Like if you would just take him back. So reconciling is one of those things that is now he's gonna have to dream unless something miraculously happens between you two. But he knows that there's somebody else in your life that you probably live with. He knows that there's that within that situation. Now, with the person that you live, you have this relationship with, and you're together and everything. But be mindful that even though you're helping your ex and caring for your ex, however way you're doing it, and your partner is saying, okay, do what you need to do, I hear you and I trust you and all these things, but it will still be bothersome for your partner that you're spending time with someone that does not deserve that. And also mainly because your partner knows that your ex might want to use you more on purposely so you can spend more time with him because he knows that he cares for you still. Okay, men know when somebody's after their women. Okay, so he's very intuitive on that aspect, and he can see a bullshit from a mile away. Okay. um Now, let's see. He's part of everything. He's part of his daughter. Thanks to the universe and to the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. Let me see. Okay, angels of the universe and the heavens, I want to thank you, and let us see. What do we see here? I know sometimes you find yourself surprised that you actually took that ability to look at that person and help that person. Sometimes you feel like, I cannot believe, there was probably a time where you would look at him and and probably you wanted to hurt him, let's say when he was sleeping or something. uh that would be the right time for you to get, your payback. I feel that these kind of things most likely crossed your mind at one point. I don't blame you. You have more control because knowing me, I don't know, I probably would have slapped that man on his sleep, knocked out with his medication number one or two times. I am sorry. Okay. So, you might say, okay, I did this because my child couldn't do this, so that's why I stepped in. But deep down, you wanted to do this. You wanted to see for yourself if you're able to handle this. And you wanted to do this so he can see that you're nothing like him. You wanted for this to happen. And so therefore it automatically went into the ethers, went into the universe, and it happened. Sometimes is what I tell people: be very cautious with what you're wishing, how you're wishing, and when you're wishing, because it happens. And unfortunately, when it does, the bad things that you're wishing for are the ones that happen. After he gets healed, there will be one of those little miscellaneous that I would want to call those females will kind of try to come back in his life after he's healed and he doesn't need any help because they're probably needing some type of monetary help of their own. So they'll come out, they'll come looking for him, and say, oh, baby, I'm sorry. You know, I was either on vacation or I was busy. I had work. I couldn't get time for whatever it was, the excuse. Most likely we do see one of these female friends of his trying to come back again after he's healed and he doesn't need any help. Um, he is going to have conflict when they do come back because he is still, to an extent, who he was in the days. So if he has not changed his attitude, there will still be some of that attitude left there. So when he sees a woman literally come back and realizing that they are only back because they need something that he used to support with to them, then he will, let them have it. He will. At least one of those. He will. Um, and he will shut them out eventually. Okay? We definitely see that he's going to speak his mind and his truth to these women. Okay? So, like, if I'm there for you to help you with your bills, whatever it is, you cannot be there to help me, pick me up, and take care of me for 1 or 2 days. But yet you have the nerve and audacity to come for me, to me, to help you with what you need. He's going to be something to that extent to them, okay? So I'm sensing that there's a male figure here who, it's a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, or Rising. I'm not sure if it's around your family or the family of your loved one that you are with at this time. Because I'm sensing of a need to want to travel to go see that person because that person is not in their best interest right now. Okay. I also see that there's an environment of wanting to either move or relocate or buy a home, something like that you've been looking into or will be looking into as of now for the next year ahead. Um, I also see that there's a distance between you and a loved one of yours, like your daughter, let's say, a sibling of yours. It's a female, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. There's communication. For now, there will be lack of that communication, is what I'm sensing here. Probably because of her job, because of her stability, and the growth that she's going into. Now, I'm not sure what kind of a standard relationship that this Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising is in. I'm not sure if she's in the same type of relationship, like the same sex, because I'm sensing a conflict here with that. Okay, that's what I get at this time. Uh, it may be her or somebody that is close in years to her, someone that is in the same sex, that they're in a relationship with the same sex. So I'm not sure how is this coming in for me at this time. When it gets to you, I guess you'll figure it out. Um, it's almost like lack of communication with someone that they care for, or okay, we'll put that aside. So when it comes to your ex, I feel that he would want to stay in your life. Okay, that he's going to want to stay and find ways to keep communication with you and not lose the contact with you, uh, because you were there to help him. He feels that it has opened the doors to mend friendship between you two, to be there for one another. So maybe he's taken this a little too far. I want to say, with how I'm sensing the energy, like what he's thinking, what he's dreaming, and so eh, he is being generous with what he's doing for you. It's okay. Take the generosity that he's giving you because he is genuine with it. Okay, he is, and he's still in love with you. I have to say that. Maybe you didn't want to hear it, maybe you didn't want to know, but that's what I'm sensing. That even though he would want to deny it, I don't see this coming. I don't see that there's no denying of it. Um, Even though he would be hesitant to even say that he's still in love with you. Hesitant, but you never know. Maybe if he's dozed off or under medication, it will come out and he will spill it. When I sense that, believe me, And I tell that client, they get shocked because literally it happens. Okay, so don't be surprised. Um, what you what I see with this reading, sweetheart of mine, my client, I want to say to you that this is something that you were wanting and hoping that eventually would happen. And it has happened in reality to you now. In the living, some people passed away and you still can't get that person to, I'm sorry. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I'm outside, of course, trying to enjoy the weather lately. So that I saw a bee. It is a good sign to get a bee, but I don't want it to bite me because they have. Uh, and there it is. You see it? Look at it. I don't want to kill it though. Go on, leave. There you go. It wanted to come out. It wanted to say these peas. It is a blessing. Don't get me wrong. It is a blessing. Uh, for them to come out um, and make themselves known to our video. Spreading love and honey, isn't it? Okay, so and again, I was about to touch bases on this reading that for me, what I'm getting from here is that sometimes we lose loved ones or people passed away and we still never get that peace that we wanted from the person that hurt us, right? They passed on and we're still heartbroken. In your situation, you're blessed because this person, all these things that they've been going through has made them realize the value in you, the hurt and pain that they caused you, and that they still have a chance to mend it and make it right to you. What I like about this is that this releases your negative energy that you've been holding on to your dear heart, that your life most likely changed in a different pattern, a different view of sector of life because of those pains, because of those sufferings that you had being with him. Um, and now that this has taken place, it's now time to put that closure behind you and to open fresh new doors for a fresh new life for you. Feel that air, excel it, excel, breathe it in, breathe it out. And just when you come outside, you're gonna see the sun, you're gonna see the sky, you're gonna see everything in life different. Because without him knowing, he has changed your aspect of life, your energy spiritually. And without you knowing, vice versa, his energy is going to shift. It has already because we've seen that he's been, being kind and all those things. He is materialistic, so he shows his affection and attention more so in material things, and that's what he's doing. And I just, in overall, I love the feel of this. I love the if you want to say conclusion of this relationship, it is so because it came on Mars retrograde and now on Mercury retrograde. So what tells me is that this was a destined relationship between you two, a karmic relationship as one also. And it came on the retrograde planets, the planets that have long standing on our karma in the physical life and in the spiritual life past before this life. So if this would have not been happening right now, you would have gone to the following life, or who knows what other many more lives, with this residue, with this relationship in the way that it is. Now, could this change in a different pattern for the next life? Probably so. But for now, because you're currently aware of the spiritual realm that we are in now, because you come to me, now is the time where you can heal those energies between yourself and anybody else around you. Um, and know that you can say to yourself, or in a ritual, um, I have finally put closure to this relationship with this person. And I do not have to follow this energy any longer. I detach myself from this energy from this person for the rest of my living cycles of lives. So you can do that into a ritual, or it simply say it if you want to for now, and have that closure karmically, spiritually with this person. Okay. um when someone does a ritual to detach karmic energies from people, um, after certain things like this, similar things have happened. Um, what does happen is on the next cycle of life, um, you have detached yourself in the physical life, knowingly and willingly, okay, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And so, therefore, in the next cycle of life, when he comes and search for you, wanting to be with you, believe me, he's gonna go through, I want to say, 60 years of not having to either see you, know you, or 60 years of knowing about you, and you be at a distance, someone that he cannot reach, someone that he loves but cannot be with, because of the detachment that you would have agreed in the living now. Okay. And so therefore he would have to do uh, who knows what drastic in the other life in order to get you. Of course, that's a separate reading to do if you were wanting to know that. But for now, this is something that it's crucial for you to know these things, but also to understand them, and also to see and know if you want to continue any other lives with this person. It's also like if we were to say, you met the life of your life, he's aware of the spiritual realm and things like that, in the living, in the physical life, conjunction with the spiritual life. If this person knows that, wants and desires to continue life with you in the physical life, but more so in everything, in the afterlife, in other lives. So do people do come to me, and we perform what we call a spiritual bonding, a spiritual marriage. They are performed sometimes in people that are passed on, that are committed to each other, and we seek to that energy to see if they still want to bond, and we make the spiritual marriage bond. When two people come and say, I believe in this and I believe in that, and then we check on their readings and see if the mutual energy is the same, if the mutual love is the same here in the now, can it be in the afterlife, and do they actually have more lives together? Then yes, we when I say we, is I and the spirits, will activate the energy and perform a spiritual wedding. So literally, you will be bonded for eternal with whoever person that comes with you to do those things here in the now and in the other lives. Believe me, it is a wonderful, magical energy to flow in and to activate and to do, um, because we continue, our soul, our spirit, our light brightens more each and every day in the other lives, in other dimensions, in other earths, and other planets that we end up in. And so when we pass, but our flesh is what detaches, what gets to rest, and but not our spirit. So we still continue to live on, we still continue to do other things, on the spiritual realm. We still circle our loved ones here, and we still find ways to help them and communicate as we are today. And so their lives just shift from the earthly bond to the spiritual 100%, and so anyways, we're gonna just leave that at that. Okay. Okay. Now is the time that if you have, yes, you are surprised, I know, you're surprised and shocked that he actually means what he says, or that's what he said. But more so, I feel that he's going to give you another surprise. Okay. Thanks to the universe and to the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ, thank you. Yes, it did. It took all these years for him to come, and it took what he is been going through for him to acknowledge it. Yes, well, sometimes that's what it takes, a drastic change, a change that they see that there's nothing and no one else but that one person, the one that he least expected. Okay, let us see. Okay. He's lost a lot, this man. Probably hasn't told you, but I feel that he lost a lot. Maybe emotions or money, but he lost a lot in his life. He feels like he's being punished with more than one thing because of the way he was with you. Okay? He knows that it would take a miracle if you were ever were to take him back. It would take a miracle or a next life if he hasn't said that. He knows that. He knows that you're with someone that you care for. He knows that. He knows. He knows. He knows, and he doesn't expect much from you because you gave him more than what he could ever think of. And so he's very grateful. He is sincere with his actions. I do see that. Okay, and he's gonna tell someone about this. As a family member, he's gonna tell someone about this gesture of yours. It's a family member of his, I feel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel that we're gonna end the reading in this way today. Of course, we'll be talking. If you have any other questions, know that I'm here for you. Even just, just to email me and let me know how you are as usual, and just keep contact with me. You know how much I love you and I love my clients. So, but they are certain clients to me that they are family like me. And you are one of those for me. I know that when I tell my clients in general, all of them, that we are a community, we become family, because I treat all of them just that way. But of course, there are others that are more connected, in the more bond spiritually than others for me. And as always, I'm here to help you in any way that I can. And yeah, if I could hug you, I would, because I am so proud of you for the things that you have done recently. Uh, I am. It's just, you know how when someone says, keep your enemy closer. Well, this goes beyond that. You know, this goes beyond what you have done for him, and I commend you for it. I do. Okay, do what you do for him because it comes from your heart, not because somebody else is asking you, or he or anybody else is asking you. Do it because you want to do it for their sake, and without any expectations in return. When you do those things, it's when you know that your heart is starting to heal, is starting to motivate yourself more. Your spirit is growing stronger, and it's expanding the light within yourself, the protection within yourself. Okay, you're letting go all baggages that you have restored in years and years because of this relationship, because of this person, and you're realigning yourself emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in all aspects. It does the alignment, and this is just the tip of that, the tip of it. It's just the beginning for you. So when you feel that joy, that deep breath within yourself, that you can't catch it, grasp it, and say, God, I'm just so blessed because I've had this privilege. I've had this moment in time to do this for this someone. And now I can openly go within myself and enjoy life, and know that all the pain that it caused me has really, in fact, taught me something. And that is why I always tell the client, let's not see things in a negative aspect, even though we cry, we're hurt physically, emotionally, spiritually. But see things in a different point of view. See it as, you know, any lessons that we are learning now are for our best interest in the physical and spiritual growth. We've taken on those lessons because we signed up for those lessons. Um, and as hard as they come, they will teach you something that it is for your best interest. if you choose to accept it and take it along with you. Okay, that would also expense the light within yourself, but also the ones that generate through your energy, like your bloodline, okay, your children's line, their children's line. What you do now will reflect on their energy as well. Okay, and because of everything that I've sensed today in this reading, and because of everything that I know of you since you've been my client for years, I it was always within you to be who you are now. No matter how much he dragged you literally and put you down and did the things he did to you, you were meant to be where you are. You were meant to succeed. You were meant to be who you are now, and you will continue to be successful at it. You know, um, the stagnation that you've had through the years because of this suffering will find its way to reprimand you and give you the gift. Because of everything, when Mars transits planets, um, and you have done the good deed, which is what you've done, Mars will definitely grant you something at the end of all this transition of the planets. So Mars transitions out, I want to say, like in the middle of January, but it's the shadows are till March. So between the middle of January into March, you should see some gratification that the universe is going to give you something that either you asked or either you're blessed with without knowing. Okay, something within yourself or something within someone that you truly care for in your life. Trust me and believe me, because it always does. The ethers, the universe, the planets, the angels, they look where the good deeds are made when they are made without any asking for anything in return, without doing it because you desire to do this, without expecting, without any consequences of your own will. So therefore, it is given. When people do things to look good in front of other people because of the media or because of anything, then that is not a good deed. When you're looking to be looked at in a different way, and so therefore you out there standing, making yourself look good for something that uh, people are going to say, oh my gosh, she's kind and all these things, that is not considered to be a good deed under the spiritual realm. It is not. On the contrary, it turns against it and it double taps your energy and it will destroy something. It always does. So that is totally different, and people do need to see that and understand that it makes a difference how you do your good deeds. Okay, and so, and of course, yours is a blessed one at that. Okay, now when it comes to the person in question, yes, I do see sincerity in his. And again, I'm recapping what I'm sensing through everything. I do see sincerity in him. I do see that he cares, and I do see that he still cares for you emotionally, that he still loves you. As stubborn as he is, but there might be a time where either he's in medication, what have you, that he will say, I, I know you don't believe me, but I still care, or I still love you. And I know you don't believe me, but I wish that I had the time to reverse so that I can make it right. So I do sense that from his energy, whether or not he has said it yet. Okay? Trust me and believe me that it is what I see in his heart and in his spirit. Okay? Um, and I do that, the material things that he's doing for you right now, it is the way for him to appreciate the things that you've done, but it's also the way to acknowledge who you still are, you know. And sometimes in a relationship, they see that strong woman, they see that woman that is beautiful, yet she can carry herself and is nurtured, caring, loving. It's the perfect spouse, perfect partner. And when they're not, without even them wanting to, they destroy that person because they want to keep that person down so that person wouldn't run away from them, destroy their good energy, destroy their growth physically, emotionally, spiritually, to trap that person. It happens in daily basis where a person does that. whether it's a man or a female, and they always put you down. They call you names. They abuse you physically and emotionally, and they, if you are heavy, they call you fat. They always badgering you in all kinds of forms. Um, some of it is because of probably things that they've been through. Some of it is because, again, they see the beauty in that person and they do not want that person to ever leave them. So they destroy them to the point where the person makes them think that if they leave, then they're going to be looked at in that sense, the way that they were treated. Um, and if they leave, they're going to come right back because they're used to that abuse. They're used to that mentality. Okay. In a sense, that was what was going on with you. In a sense, that's what's going on as we speak today to hundreds of millions of people out there, men and women. Um, and if anybody's watching this today, and if anybody that you know is going through that today, know that there is someone out there that can help you and listen to you, that there's always a way out. When a relationship is based on love and based on security for one another, for the union, there is no need for any type of abuse. There is no need for anyone to take upon themselves to suffer in that manner or in any manner that is negative. And there is no need for one to do that the same for the other person. Okay. Um, I could go on and on with this subject, but again, not today. Okay. So we're going to end at that. Overall, love and light to you and to yours. Happy New Year's. Happy holidays to everyone. And to you, of course. Thank you.